but it's 17 inches. And it's the getting, especially nowadays, it's the getting up and down. Because once you're in it, you're going to recline, but it's the getting up. I mean, I don't know if we had our stuff custom made, or if that's, things just come lower now, because I have all 20 inches, so I don't know, if it was custom made for the one at Air House is traditional. Maybe I can put some 2 inches under there or some kind of way. But I'm ready to, pretty much ready to pull blood. I mean, to pull it to down on the kitchen. I'll show you. Get your input and see what you think. So now they have a new sale, 25% off all.
There's always going to be sales.
I goes, I know, I go, do you think it's going to go lower than 25%?
That would be rare.
So, yeah, because it just went, it started now, like today, till next Friday.
So was it a fall sale and it's pre-Thanksgiving sale, and then there'll be Black Friday sale?
Yeah, so it's not going to go up more than 25%.
Holiday sale. There's just like, give it like a week, another sale. That's why I'm really not worried about this sale thing. Oh my God, it's a sale. Jesus.
Well,
Oh my goodness. There's almost never bought a sale.
and this is a French place, so I think you got to get it when they have a sale. She sent them an email to see if they could make it 2 inches higher. That's not one of the ones they normally do, apparently. She found out. And then I got another sample fabric swatch because the one that I took, the chenille one, it's weird. It depends on the lighting, but it looks a little green. Like, I don't know which lighting you're in. And she said the same thing. So I got the one next to it, which it's a little bit lighter, but she was more. The fabrics are really pretty. You have to choose from. And the one that my friend had, that other sofa, that's even like a 1/4 inch lower. And I remembered when I was at her house thinking it was really low, but other than that, I was impressed with the back. The neck was the first one I saw like that. I know living spaces, I think of living spaces as the ads I see on TV. Like you're not gonna see ads. It's on TV. So did you go to 3rd Street Promenade?
I did. I got myself a little tea. And then some shopping.
You got yourself a what? Tea?
A tea. I did some shopping. I went to Urban Outfitters. That's so the young woman too. So I got a dress.
You got a dress?
Yeah, I got a dress.
Where?
Urban Outfitters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then some boxers.
That.
Yeah, some boxers. That was my haul. Some
Let me
sunscreen.
see your dress.
Oh, yes. It's really cute. It's like a mini tattoo ruching. It's a like layer on top.
Cute.
So I have it in red. I really like it. So, and then Josh, I need him to wear sunscreen. So he likes the stick because there's like the liquid. So I got him the refill.
That's sweet.
That's great. Yeah. He's like, that's fine. You know him.
I know.
So a combination, you know, and I got myself the regular. So, yeah, that was my haul. It was so nice. There's farmers market going on.
Yeah, right.
It was so beautiful. I was like, wow. So I felt so. Yeah, it was so lovely to be out.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun
Weather.
to be out in like a
I never come here because like so it's like such a.
That's what I'm saying to Valerie
to
too.
get over.
I haven't been in this area in a while. I come to areas in Santa Monica that are further down, not as close to the ocean. I have an eye doctor, another eye doctor, the one who just does my prescriptions. She's on Wilshire and like Cloverfield. All these eye doctors. because I used to live and work over here.
Oh,
And then,
like really long.
yeah, well, then it just happens. You know, like her, she was referred to me, Joshua, actually, because he had vision issues. He had to do vision therapy when he was young. And I liked her so much, I started seeing her for my doctor. So my ophthalmologist, he doesn't check your vision, you know, it's,
So it just looks like.
yeah, they don't do the prescription, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't. There might be somebody else that does in his office, but usually it's an optician. When I was leaving him the other day, I'm like, so what about the cataract? He goes, I'm watching it. He goes, it's not really, you don't have to do anything soon, but if you want to, you can, but then you have to have another whole other conversation because of the dry eye. Because I think that surgery affects the dry eye. So I'm like, okay, never mind. He was in a rush. I was his last patient before lunch, and I thought, yes, but I've done my drugs. You know, until I have to. Because they need to say, why don't you do that? So great. Everything's great with her. There's never pain or any problems. Oh yeah, I did like that. No, no big deal. You know. But then she got like an infection around her eyes. You know. Yeah. Weird, right? It's like you never know. She had the neck surgery, but then she had this infection on her eyes. Weird. Or some product they may have used her as a laser or something. It's like you never
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Will Power Shakespeare Hour. My name is William Power. This is my Shakespeare Hour, hence the name. It's perfectly matched. Today we are going to spend our time together looking at some of the wit, the words, the wisdom of the great bard himself. We're going to look at themes like love and hate, greed and ambition, all things that go together like hand and glove, and together we will learn things all about the great bard himself. For example, did you know that Shakespeare's father was a glove maker? John Shakespeare was his name. A glove maker for many years. Look at that, you're already learning something. We're like 10 seconds in, this is beautiful. We're going to start off with two of Shakespeare's greatest lovers. We're going to start off with Romeo and Juliet. And in this famous scene, we're going to see these two lovers fall in love as Romeo finds himself on the ground of the Capulets. He is a Montague, she is a Capulet. They have been feuding for years. in this scene, Romeo sees Juliet on the balcony. As Juliet asks the questions, why? Why must the one that she loves so dearly be a Montague? Couldn't he take any other name? And Romeo hears this. And he says, I will take any other name to have your love. She sees him there and tells him he will be killed. The fact that he is on the Capulet property, he will be killed instantly. He cares not. He says, there is more death in thine eyes. The two of them talk, explore the love they have for each other until they vow to be married and make a precious agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Romeo and Juliet.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. Soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Rise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vessel livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. Too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth the lamp. Her eye in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? That I wore a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks! Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being over my head as is a winged messenger of heaven, who unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals who fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I will no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall we speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is mine enemy. Thou art thyself, though a Montague. What is a Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What is in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo, would he not Romeo called, would retain that dear perfection which he owes, without that title. Oh, Romeo, doff thy name, and with that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, that so bescreened in night, so stumblest upon my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am, for my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunken 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sounds. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, have either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb. The place deaf, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen do find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. What love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there is more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. But thou love me? Let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love. That first had prompted me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Dost thou love me? I know. Thou wilt say I, and I will take thee at thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou wilt prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I will frown, and be perverse, and say thee nay. But trust me, gentlemen, I will prove more true than those that had the cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange. I must confess, but thou overhearst me ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore, pardon me.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconsistent moon that monthly changes in her circled orb.
What shall I swear by then?
Do not swear. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, who is the god of my adultery, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear
Oh,
love.
do not swear. Although I do joy in thee, I do not joy in this contract tonight. It's too unadvised, too rash, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be, ere one say it lightens. Sweet, good night.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
And what satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I did give thee mine before thou did request it. Yet, I would, were it to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it to thee again. And yet, I wish for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love, as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. For both are infinite. Oh, I hear a noise within. Anon, good nurse! Oh, sweet Montague. Stay but a while, I'll come again.
Oh, blessed night! I am feared being a knight, all this is but a dream.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage. Send me word by one tomorrow where and when thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortune I will lay at thy feet and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam.
Anon, good nurse, I come! But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come! To cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow, I will send.
So ride my soul!
1,000 times. Good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes to love as schoolboys to their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Oh, Romeo!
My dear,
At what o'clock shall I send for thee tomorrow?
the hour of 9.
I shall not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I half forgot why to call thee back.
I will stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget. By standing there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll stand still to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
Good night. Good night. Parting in such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Did you know that there is a hidden message in the Bible to William Shakespeare? It's true. When you look at the King James Bible, Psalm 46, the 46th word in Psalm 46 is shakes. And the 46th word from the end of Psalm 46 is spear. The King James Bible was written the same year as Shakespeare's 46th birthday. Coincidence? Probably. Let's look to our next scene. Our next scene comes to us from what we call the Scottish play. In this scene we see Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth, as she reads over a letter that she received from her husband, the general. And in this letter, it spells out his encounter with 3 witches. 3 witches who foretold him his future, that he shall kill Duncan, the current king, and that he shall become king himself. Upon hearing this news, Lady Macbeth is excited. She sees this as an opportunity to reach a new height. So, when she finds out from a messenger that King Duncan will be visiting this very night, her plans go into motion. She meets with her husband, the general, and she calls on the supernatural powers that may inspire, that may motivate him to do the deed that must be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Macbeth.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it all, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred to me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, King, that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou would have, and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, what's not play false, and yet what's wrongly win. Thou'st have great glomus. That which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, then rather thou dost fear to do, wishes should be undone, hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. Who comes here? What is your tiding?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who would have informed of preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thought, unsex me here. Fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances that wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pull thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both, by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight,
And when goes hence?
tomorrow, as he purposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is this a book where men may read strange matters? To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall leave this night's great business to my dispatch, which shall to all our days and nights to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
Did you know that Shakespeare's shortest play was a comedy of errors, just over 1,700 lines, 1,770 lines? But who's counting? Shakespeare's longest play, Hamlet, takes up to 3 to 4 days, hours to produce. Did I say days? I meant hours. Thank you for getting that joke here in the front row. The next scene we have comes to us from the play of Hamlet. And we start with perhaps the most famous speech in all of Shakespeare, the to be or not to be speech, where Hamlet asks, is it better to live in a world where you know all the suffering that you will face, or is it better to end your existence and deal with the suffering that you know not of? who knows what comes next? As he contemplates these endeavors, he is met by the sweet Ophelia. Ophelia, once a love of his, tries to regain that connection, only left to deal with his madness and his mixed messages. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Hamlet.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die. To sleep. No more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartaches and natural thousand shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die. To sleep. To sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shoveled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might quietus and make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is siggled o'er with the pale cast-up thought. In this regard their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. But soft, fair Ophelia, nymph in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
My honored lord, how does your honor this many a day?
I humbly thank you well. Well. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours. I've longed to redeliver. I pray you receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them, words of such sweet breath composed that made the things more rich. Their perfume lost. I pray you take them again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when the giver proves unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means my lordship?
That if you be so honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bud than the force of honesty will sooner translate beauty into his likeness. At times this was a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. Did love you once.
Indeed. You made me believe so.
You should not believe me! For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loves you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, and yet I can accuse me of such things if it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or the time to act them in. What are such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves, all, believe, none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord?
Let the doors be shut upon him! Let him play the fool no more but in his own house. Farewell!
Heavenly powers, help him!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee a plague upon thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, go, farewell! If thou wilt marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go, and quickly too, farewell!
Heavenly powers, please restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too well enough. God has given you one face, yet you make yourselves another! You jink, you apple, you lisp, you nicknames God's creatures! You make your wantonness, your ignorance go too! I'll no more on it! It hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go!
Oh, what noble mind is here o'erthrown? Courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, glass of fashion, the mold of form, the observed of all observers. Quite down. And I, the lady's most deject and wretched that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that most noble and sovereign reason. Like sweet bells, jangled, out of tune and harsh, the very feature and form of blown youth blast with ecstasy. Oh, what was me? To see what I see. To see what I've seen.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no. Love is an ever-fixed mark. It looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although its height be taken. Love is not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within its bending, sickled compass come. Love alters not with its brief hours and weeks, but instead bears it out until the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, then I never writ, nor no man ever loved. That's a sonnet. Sonnet 116 to be precise. And Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets. Now your homework, your task, shall you embrace it, is to go read all 154 sonnets. I would say by sometime this afternoon. Find a favorite, memorize it, and then spend the rest of your life annoying your friends and impressing your enemies. Or reverse that and impress your enemies and annoy your friends. You know, it depends on how it works. Our next scene comes to us from the great play, A Measure for Measure. Measure for Measure. This scene involves a brother and a sister. And when we say sister, I mean a sister, but also a nun. And the brother of that sister, of that nun, has been sentenced to death. The only way that he may be saved from death is if his sister, the nun, gives up something very valuable. In this next scene, we see Claudio and Isabella as they discuss the give and the take and what it means to live or not live a dishonored life. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Measure for Measure.
Now, sister, what's the comfort?
Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you for his swift ambassador, where you shall be in everlasting leisure. Therefore your best appointment make with speed, tomorrow you set on.
Is there no remedy?
None, but such remedy is to save a head, to cleave a heart in twain.
But is there any?
Yes, brother, you may live. There is a devilish mercy in the judge, if you'll implore it, that will free your life but fetter you till death.
Perpetual durance.
I just. Perpetual durance. A restraint though all the world's vastity you had to a determined scope.
But in what nature?
In such a one as you consenting to it would bark your honor from that trunk you bear and leave you naked.
Let me know the points!
I fear thee, Claudio, and I quake. Lest thou a feverous life shouldst entertain? And 6 or 7 winters more respect than perpetual honor darest thou die? The sense of death is most in apprehension, and the poor beetle that we tread upon in corporal sufferance finds the pang as great as when a giant dies.
Why give you me this shame? Think you I can a resolution fetch from flowery tenderness? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in mine arms.
There spake my brother. There my father's grave did utter forth a voice, yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances, this outward sainted deputy, whose settled visage and deliberate word nips youth in the head, and follies doth in you as falcon doth the fowl, is yet a devil. His filth within being cast, he would appear a pond as deep as hell.
The precise Angelo?
'Tis the cunning livery of hell, the damnedest body to invest and cover in precise guards. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I were to yield him my virginity, thou mightst be freed?
Oh, heavens, it cannot be.
Yes, he would give it thee from this rank offense. So to offend him still, this night's the time that I should do what I abhor to name, or else thou diest tomorrow.
Thou shalt not do it.
Were it but my life, I would lay it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pen.
Thanks, dear Isabel.
Ready, Claudio, for your death tomorrow.
Yes. Has he affections in him that thus would make him bite the law by the nose when he would force it? Sure, it is no sin, or of the deadly seven, it is the least.
Which is the least?
If it were damnable, he being so wise, why would he for the momentary trick be perturbably fond? Ugh, Isabel.
What says my brother?
Death is a fearful thing.
And shamed life a hateful.
Aye, but to die and go we know not where. To lie in cold obstruction and to rot, this sensible warm motion to become a needed clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thrilling region of thick ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse than worse, of those that lawless and uncertain thought imagine howling. 'Tis too horrible, the weariest and most loathed worldly life that age, ache, penury, or imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear of death.
Alas, alas!
Sweet sister, let me live. What sin you do to save a brother's life? Nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
Oh, you beast! Oh, faithless coward! Oh, dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? Is not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? What should I think? Heaven shield, my mother played my father fair, for such a warped slip of wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. Take my defiance. Die. Perish. Might but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee.
Nay, hear me, Isabel.
Fie! 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 Thy sin is not accidental, but a trade. Mercy to thee would prove itself a bawd. 'Tis best thou diest quickly.
Oh, hear me, Isabella!
And here it is. We are in our final soliloquy. This comes to us from the great play Midsummer's Night's Dream. It is the character of Puck, the mischievous fairy, who really drives a lot of the actions of the play. This beautiful speech is at the end, where Puck really asks for forgiveness and promises to make amends for all of the misdeeds done throughout the play. It is perhaps one of the most famous. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Puck.
Gentles, if we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding than a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And if I am an honest puck, and if we have unlearned luck, to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else, Huck a liar call. So good night until you all give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
There it is. Our revels now are ended. And these actors, as I foretold you, are all but spirits melted into air, into thin air. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little lives are rounded with a little sleep. We thank you for being here. We are the California Shakespeare Company, and it means so much to be able to share the magic of theater and the brilliance of Shakespeare. Thank you once again.